Hi, and welcome to Crypto Crazy. I'm Cal, and today I'm going to talk to you about a new coin called Whirl Finance. So, as you can see from the screen, it's certainly gone up a great deal in the last 24 hours in terms of volume and also price as well. So, if I just scroll down here, and you can see it kind of went down a little bit and then it came up, and today it's gone up not only quite a fair amount in price but also in volume too. So before I just go ahead and show you a bit more about it, I'll just show you where it's available, and here you'll be able to see Probit exchange and PancakeSwap as well. Obviously, a lot more people from here you can see are buying from PancakeSwap, but Probit is quite a large exchange as well. It does around about $220 million daily, and that's based in South Korea. It's also available in BakerySwap as well, and that's substantially smaller. So that's BakerySwap there. There you can see it's on Probit and also on PancakeSwap as well. So let me just get start talking about what the actual project is and why I do also think it's a great idea as well. So as it mentions here, it's a multi-coin cryptocurrency wallet. So that just basically means you can put various cryptocurrencies on there, and it's on the Binance Smart Chain. So that means it's interoperable. That means it can work with various chains, and I think that is actually a great thing as well, and one for the future. And before I go into more of this, let me just mention two things to you that I think are great. One, it's deflationary, so that it's got a 2% burning mechanism, so it gets sent to a burn address with every transaction. So it's going down in terms of volume, which makes it scarcer as time goes by and transactions are happening. And the other thing before I continue here are just the use cases for the future. So as well as giving you a wallet where they have these great features that make it secure, easily accessible, that you can use it for various cryptocurrencies and you can make payments and so on with it, and it's easy to use on your phone. It's looking to have banking beyond that, and I think that's great, especially in the cryptocurrency world where people may not even have access in some parts of the globe to traditional banking. And this can, I think, really help them, not only this project but I think generally this idea within the cryptocurrency world. Now here it says World Mastercard, and that's something that they want to have linked to this. It talks about cashbacks and so on. Now try to have a look a bit more detail into whether that is MasterCard as in the MasterCard brand. And I know MasterCard recently mentioned that they were bringing crypto onto their network. I haven't found anything to mention that it's working with Whirl, but it could well be, and they could have that in the pipeline. And this is a white paper. This is from their actual Whirl Finance's white paper, and this is quite up to date. So it was updated actually this month. So they're keeping it quite up to date, and I think that's quite good as well. So they're talking about the fact that they will be using interbank exchange rates, and I think this is great. So to have that tied on along with it. It also has a loan system, and again, like I was talking about, banking for those people who may not be banked or don't want to bank with traditional banks either and want to stick in the crypto community. So as you can see here, they will allow that to happen. They haven't got great detail as into how they're going to do that, but I think that's very early days. So it's gonna incorporate lending within it as well. So I think that's great. And again, staking, quite a common thing with some coins nowadays, and you can hold and provide liquidity, and you can get rewarded for that as well. And it's talking about the best interest rates for holding well. So these are the sort of things that I think are really great. It talks about the features, and I think those are the sort of features that you would expect with a great app, to be able to have a look at things in terms of the information that you would want to see within an app for your trading. It talks about here for daily, weekly, monthly. It's secure. It talks about the encryption. So I think overall, as a wallet, which is what it's going to start off as, but then also to be providing these additional banking features, I think is a great thing. Now, this is quite an early project at the moment. So if I just go back to their page, yes, they're talking about it's fast. Sorry, I can't scroll this across. Uh, but it's talking about it's a proof of authority, it's secured, it's on the Binance Smart Chain, and it costs a lot less than traditional transactions. And as you can see here, it's talking about roughly 0.01 cents. So that's great. It's talking about where it's listed, it's got the burn rate, the initial supply. At the end, they do want to get down to 100 million. So that's only 10% of what the initial supply is. It gives you information about the token there as well, and the allocation. The team were given 20 million out of that billion. It talks about where else these coins are going as well. And this is pretty much what it says on the roadmap within their and their white paper as well. So at the moment, they're promoting it, they're putting it out there. They got the coin Gecko listing, I think it was only yesterday or today, and it's on CoinMarketCap as I showed you as well. And they're trying to get it on more centralized exchange listings as well. And again, the more it gets out there, the more it gets known about, the more people who have access to be able to buy it on their preferred exchanges as well. I think the more people will buy it up. So at the moment, you can't get the wallet on the App Store or Google Store, but it will be on there apparently from next month. And here they talk about new use cases like they're looking at within their white paper, partnerships as well. So they don't go into any more detail in terms of the roadmap from there on, but I think it's one where you can keep a close eye just to see how they're progressing with that as well. And that's usually the case. So when it's quite early in a project, usually either they work on these things beforehand and the coin comes out much later and it comes at a higher price and gets bought up quite quickly, whereas in these type of projects, when they're still very, very early and the coin comes out, it is bought at a lot cheaper than what it could be. Now imagine if it was much further down the line, if it were later on in the year and they had started incorporating, the app was released, they started incorporating all of these features, and then the coin was released, it would be a lot more expensive. But here you go, you can get into it a lot more earlier. Now you can go into their website and you can ask about, their, sorry, you can look at it, their frequently asked questions as well, and look at a bit more detail. But this hopefully gives you an overview as to what Whirl Finance is, especially if you're interested in it. On their Twitter page, they're talking about partnerships that they've got going on as well. Like I said here, they've just recently listed onto CoinGecko. They're working with some other brands as well, and they're listed. They're working on Binance Smart Chain too. Here they spoke about yesterday where they were one of the biggest top gainers, and today they're a pretty big gainer as well. They've got more things coming soon as well. So they've got things that's happening, but it's typical of a coin that is still quite early in terms of what they're doing. And today they've kind of seen this bump. So there you go. And that's Whirl Finance. If you do have any questions, if there's anything that I've kind of missed out, please do ask in the comments. And that's what people have been doing. They've been watching, they've been asking, the community have been answering, people have been coming up with various questions. If I can answer them, I will. But people have been great as well. Other viewers and subscribers have been great at answering those as well. And it just gives you a bit more of an understanding of what this project is. So hopefully you found that quite informative. And like I always say, these are quite early projects. So I can also appreciate that people want as much much information as possible. But in these instances, there isn't as much as maybe some other ones down the line. Yes, it does come with a bit more of a risk, but at the same time, with that risk also comes a possibility of having a bigger reward if you believe this is a project for you. And like I always say, you got to see what fits into your strategy, what works for you, and when your buying in point is as well. Some people like to get in very early, some people like to wait a bit of time as well. So like I said, there you go, Whirl Finance. I hope you've enjoyed that. Please do give me a like if you did. Please do consider subscribing. I do bring these type of videos, a whole type of range, new coins, projects, things that they're doing as well, news, views, pretty much everything in the crypto world that I think would be useful for people to know. I've been Cal. This is Crypto Crazy, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.